You probably just did the rolling drills, and now we're going to work into some simple overhead mobility movements. One thing to keep in mind when you first start this, you want to try to brace through the midsection throughout every single one of these. We're trying to limit the, I'll show you for instance the PVC pipe movement we're going to do. I want to limit my tendency to want to arch as I perform this. You see how my middle back is arching, my stomach's pushing forward, as opposed to if I do it correctly, I'm compressing through, I'm maintaining rigidness through my midsection, and it doesn't move, and I'm going to hit an endpoint a lot faster. So here would be the limit. So let's get into that first movement. That's just an overhead PVC mobility stretch. You're going to find a specific limitation catered to you. How you're going to find that? We're going to engage the glutes slightly in a kneeling position. As I push my hips forward and lock them out, I'm going to lock out my abs. So everything from here down staying nice and tight, and the only thing I'm focused on is getting my arms up in that wide position as far as I can go until I start to feel a pull. So I don't want to force too far backwards because that's going to start to affect my range of my ability to kind of cheat. So once again, from a side view, I'm engaging my hips. So you notice my legs are in line, almost a straight line down towards the floor. I'm feeling my glutes nice and engaged slightly, about 10-20%. I'm bracing through here. And then from here, keeping my head upright, and I'm going to go up. And even someone like myself with pretty good overhead mobility, I'm going to feel a nice sudden stretch through the front of my pecs and down into my lats, right about here. Everything else is braced and locked out. I'm just focused on that movement. So you're going to perform about 2 sets of these, and you can do up to 10 reps. And at the top, or the apex of that movement, I would hold for about 2 to 3 seconds. Next one we're going to do is what I call a prayer release. So you're going to use a box or a bar, like a bench bar. You're going to get a low, kind of like a table or chair top position. So you can get a bar about right here or use like a 20-inch box. We're going to take that PVC pipe. My elbows are going to be in line with my shoulders, and my wrists are going to be palms up towards the ceiling. I'm going to come over to the box. I'm going to lay my triceps flat. Once again, I'm bracing through here. I'm making sure my glutes kind of stay shimmied up, but I'm also locking my ribs out. So with my triceps there, my wrists up and everything locked out, I'm going to try to start to pull down like I'm trying to just get my head through my arms, and my triceps are staying locked into the box. My hips are staying up. So really, the only thing you see move is my shoulder joint, and I'm not trying to do like this. You're going to do it a little bit, and that's okay, but we're trying to limit it as much as possible. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to elicit a pull through the sides here. And what that does is it's going to allow a little bit more mid-back mobility as we're performing that lengthening of a particular muscle that's staying tight on you. I will perform that for 10 repetitions, 5-second holds at that very end point. Right about here. And then you're going to come up slowly, trying to keep those glutes and those ribs nice and line. So bracing through my core, dropping my hips down, trying to let my head go through my arms. Hold 5 seconds, come on up. Try to get a little bit deeper each time. Last one we're going to do, reshift the camera. We're going to go into a basic swimmer's position. So basically what we're going to do is get on the floor. 2 sets, 10 reps. I think you're getting some kind of idea here. Forehead down, you can get a mat if you'd like to. So my head is going to be nice and relaxed on the floor. Once again, I'm bracing up through my back and my midsection, so my core is nice and tight. And all I'm simply going to do is try to circle my hands, floating up just slightly. I'm using my shoulder blades to perform the movement. Just keeping my hands just barely above the floor, keeping my chin down, and keeping my ribs down. I'm just staying barely off the floor for right now. You're going to do these small circles, they're almost like snow angels. You're going to perform 10. And I'll show you just with my left arm again. That chair's getting in the way. But just a few inches off the ground. I'm just trying to float my arm up, staying braced through my core. I'm lifting up. That looks pretty easy. Actually takes quite a bit of effort if all you're using is your shoulder blades. So 10 reps in 1 set might be just enough for you, but you can try for 2. All right?